Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Today I'm out night picking. That's right. I don't night pick very often, but you know, when a deal comes, right? So I'm looking on the Facebook Marketplace app, and I saw this Craftsman 522 snowblower. He says the auger doesn't work. Seems like I've been messing with augers lately, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm pretty confident in fixing them. Normally, you know, I wouldn't pay any money for this, but it looks like it's in great shape. Like the guy hardly used it at all, you know. These 522 dual stage snowblowers, I've had about 4 or 5 of them, and they sell pretty well, you know, between 300, 350 even, you know, in good shape. So I'm, you know, hoping that it's something really easy, like a belt or, you know, a cable, you know, something really simple like that. And then I'll have a nice snowblower to sell, you know what I mean? But if it's the auger, what the hell, you know? So he wanted $75, and I says I would come and pick it up for $50. And so he says he had a guy coming already tonight, but he flaked on him, as usual, you know? Most Facebook let-go apps and, you know, Craigslist stuff, it's very flaky, you know what I'm saying? But I told him, you know, and so he said, if the guy, you know, flakes on me, you can come get it for $50. And so I'm near his house now, and I thought I'd do an intro to it. This is what it looks like, and let me take it out. I had to pull over because it was sloshing around. I gotta secure it. So anyway, I got it, and here it is, and like I said, it's in excellent condition. Wheels are good, tires hold air. You can kind of tell from this area here that it's clean, you know. The heater box, you can tell by the muffler that really wasn't used all that much, you know. You don't have a lot of scorch marks from exhaust on the muffler. Has electric start, which is like $40 right there, you know. Look at here. It still has the plastic over it. That's how seldom used this was. So it's a 5 horsepower Tecumseh 22 wide clearing path. Old Craftsman. I know you guys can't see this, but it's immaculate inside. Really clean. I'm going to take this home, and we'll get to wrenching on this and triaging the problem tomorrow. So it's the next day now. Beautiful morning. A little chilly. This was the thing I got last night. Craftsman 522 Tecumseh engine. Guy said it didn't work, or the augers didn't work. As you can see on the inside, it looks like it's been hardly used. It's extremely clean. Very clean. I'd be surprised if there was something wrong with this. As you can see, plastic's still on there. Nice, right? So I got this for $50. He wanted 75, but apparently he's a brother man. And actually he's a second cousin of one of my good friends. Small world. Found it on Facebook Marketplace, and as you know, once you're on Facebook Marketplace, they know who you are, and it tells you if you have mutual friends or not. So I saw that we had mutual friends, and I'm like, oh my God, what a small world, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna get to figure out what's wrong with this thing today. I'm hoping since the guy said that the augers didn't move, I'm hoping it's not like my last snowblower job, you know, where the gearbox and the impeller shafts had issues with the flange bushings. I'm hoping that it's just a belt. That's what I'm hoping. And I hope this engine starts up too, but you know, being the condition that it's in right now, I don't anticipate too many problems, but then again, you never know. Incidentally, I wanted to tell you guys, I'm so surprised. As you guys know, I bought a few die-cut 3x3 stickers of my logo, just because some people, you know, asked for it, so I figured I'd buy like 10 just to try, you know. And I put them on eBay. All you have to do is just search eBay Mowers Blowers stickers, and it'll come up, my 2 stickers. I didn't get the bumper sticker one, but that's the one that I really like. Anyway, they're all die-cut. They're nice stickers, you know what I'm saying? Pretty expensive though, like $2 each or $2.50 each for the longer ones, or $3 for the longer ones. But it's worth it because they're nice stickers and they're weatherproof. But anyway, I'm so surprised. You know, I sold like 5 last night. Ever since I, you know, said I was going to start selling stickers. You know, I was amazed. I'm humbled by the people that are following my page and my channel. That they would, you know, that they like the channel so much that they would, you know, want my sticker. I guess they would stick it on their toolbox or their tractor or whatever they want to stick it on. I really appreciate it. Listen, to the people who bought stickers, right? Do me a favor. Email me, right? And send me where you stuck the sticker, and I'll post it on my Instagram and give you a shout out. Maybe I'll sell more stickers that way. Anyway, once again, man, thanks a lot for your generosity and your support. I used all the money to buy more stickers, and maybe I'll do t-shirts and hats next, you know? Who knows? You know, I gotta see, you know, how many people actually buy them. Maybe, you know, I'm just jumping a gun or something like that, but I really appreciate it. If you guys, you know, like, you know, let me know if you want merch, you know? Okay, we're gonna start triaging this thing now. Let's see if we got any gas. We do not have any gas. It's not bone dry, but it's a little wet, but there's no gas. Where'd be to Earl? Oh, there we go. There's Earl. Probably needs an oil change, if it all works well. So it needs Earl. No, it needs an oil change, maybe, if it works. And I gotta put some gas in here. Gas. Full choke, high throttle. Doesn't feel right so far. I feel some resistance actually. Doesn't appear to have a fuel shutoff. I'm gonna pull it. Just primered it a little bit more, and it seemed like it was working. I'm going to put the electric start in. Plug the cord into the electric start. Let's check it out. Electric start works, and I smell funky gas. I'm going to take the heater box off and shoot some carb cleaner in there. Heater box has 2 Phillips screws. Crap. 1/3/8. And that doesn't even have to come off, it just sits there. I'll make sure it isn't lost. Gotta pry this knob off. Usually you can just pull it off. And the heater box should come off. The kill wire to the key is on here, meaning that if you didn't have a key, it wouldn't start. Okay, just from looking at the carburetor right here, Looks a little rusty. Aha! It's seized. The throttle linkages are seized, which is probably why it didn't start. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the choke flap works. Aha! I unseized it there. Or sort of. It's hard. Really gummy. Just work it back and forth a little bit. Start to get going. Alright, maybe that was the reason why it didn't start. Alright, well, you know what? Press it again. I'm priming it, and there's fuel coming out from the prime. So it's getting fuel. Okay, so it's getting fuel from the tank for sure. Priming works. Oh, you know what? I needed to choke it. Here we go. Alright. Yep, I think the carburetor is definitely dirty, but not that bad since it ran, you know? So I'm just going to do a quick and dirty. I'm going to put it on its face. Snowblowers have a service position, which is simply just putting it on its face. Like so. Now you will have visibility of the bottom of the carburetor. That nut on the bottom of these Tecumsehs is a 1/2 inch jet nut. This is not a regular nut. It has a couple of holes in it as jets. This is the fuel drainage. And I'm just going to loosen that and take the bowl off and see what we find. I'm anticipating some fuel, so you put like a little towel there just to catch it. I feel fuel. Sons of bitches, focus. Aha. You can sort of see out of it. I mean, see through it. See? Slightly. But there is gunk in there. There's a mini small hole right above it. You see that little tiny one? That one's probably clogged too. Let's check out the bowl sitch. Ugh. Gross. Okay, so it's not bad. I don't see a lot. I don't see any you know, gel or sediment or something. It's just funky gas, you know, old. Turns yeller. You're a yeller. I'm going to blow out the holes there and clean that jet nut with wire. That hole is now clear. And you stick a little needle or a wire into that little hole. I just put the bowl back after shooting some carb cleaner through the emulsion tube on the bottom, all the way through where the Welsh plug is. There's another hole. I blew that out. This is what we call a quick and dirty. As long as that canal is open and the jet nut is clean, it should start. If not, we have to remove the entire carburetor and try to get every single crevice and hole. Alright, I'm going to try it now. Throttle, choke. That's strange. Alright, carburetor definitely needs to be gone over because it won't stay running. Either that, or if you look at the fuel line here, you tell that the clamp is, well, the clamp is okay, but the fuel line is very hard. So maybe the fuel line collapsed and not enough fuel is getting in there. That would be a pain. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start this up again and see if I can see the auger. Auger doesn't spin at all. Idles pretty well, but it runs only on choke, you know, or halfway. Put it to halfway. Now full run, it runs, but on low throttle, which means it's not getting enough fuel. Which means I think the gas line is collapsed or not enough fuel is getting into the carburetor. When I depress the auger handle, absolutely nothing happens. Well, we know that the engine runs, right? Carburetor needs to be cleaned thoroughly. It might be the fuel line, right? That not enough gas is getting in there. But when the auger lever is depressed, nothing moves at all. I kind of saw it maybe move a little bit, you know, like a millimeter or something. It's not attached at all. So I'm thinking we definitely need to take the belt cover off just to see how the belts are. Aha! When I move the auger handle or engage it, it moves, but not very much. Let's turn it on and see. Alright, so you guys saw what that was, right? It's probably not been used in so long that that area here is all rusted out, and so once you engage this handle, right, it only moves a little bit because of there's so much rust buildup in between this and that. See how it touches, right? But it just, you know, you need a little bit of oomph to help it along because there's rust buildup in between there, so it's not smooth. So this wire doesn't pull hard enough to get this to fully engage to tighten the belt, right, to move the auger. So basically, what do we need here? We just need a lot of liquid wrench. Yeah, penetrant lubricant. We'll just spray this stuff all over the place, you know? Just need to spray this area here with this lube. Got to get these springs too. This entire area here. See if that moves well now. Not quite. See? It's better now. See, before, it would only move like half an inch. Now it moves like a total of 2 inches. Let's see if it works. So, excellent news, right? That the auger and the gearbox and the impeller, they all work, and it's not anything broken in the expensive gearbox area, right? Everything turns. It was just a matter of the tension of the idler pulley here to engage this belt to turn the auger. It was so rusted out that it needed some help to move is all. But it also seems like once you saw, even though I engaged it, it kicked in a little, but not enough to get it to drive. As you can see, this auger cable is very loose. It needs to be tightened so that it could give it that extra oomph to get it over the top, you know what I mean? So I'm going to show you how to tighten your auger belt. It's very easy. You just loosen this side here. basically just pull up on it and the Z-bend comes right off, right? Once the Z-bend comes right off, this thing just hangs. KK? Then this black cover here pulls down so that it exposes a nut on the threaded shaft. All you need to do is just tighten it. There's the auger cable right there, and I basically just pushed it, you know, so it comes out like that. So basically what you want to do is you want to tighten this cable. You want to make it shorter. I'm thinking like a ½ an inch, right? So I'm just going to turn this nut clockwise and tighten it up to here, about ½ an inch, and give it a try. Just put it back on, and it still seems kind of loose. So I'm going to do another ½ inch. Yeah, it seems better. But still not enough to get it, see, like that. You know what, I'll try it though. So yeah, I mean, it works, but it's not like immediate. Like you're supposed to be able to go boom, and it goes, it makes that belt sound, and it starts it immediately. This one, you engage it, and it sort of moves a little bit, and then gains speed and stuff. You don't want that. So if you look at the belt now, right, I still feel some slack. It should be pretty tight. I mean, this should be okay, but I think I need a couple more turns on that nut. There we go. Immediate engagement. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right there. Yep, that's the sound, see? That's the sound you want for immediate engagement of the auger. That is awesome. I'm going to shoot some more fluid in there and some more in there. And looks like the Auger Impeller is all set to go. We still need to address the carburetor though. Carburetor and or the fuel line, because it only seems to run on choke, which means that this carburetor needs to be cleaned out a little bit better, and I'll probably remove it. Hey, maybe I'll put one of my new ones on there. I'm going to remove the carburetor now. So I was trying to take the fuel line off, and that clamp, once I just touched it, it broke in half. I'm going to take the fuel line off now and see if it flows freely of gas. Looks like plenty of gas is coming out. Plenty. So, carburetor needs to be taken off and cleaned. Let's clamp this off. It's too brittle and it's too hard right now to pull it off. Need to give some clearance. So I got to take the carburetor off for me to pull the carburetor off the fuel line, because this is so hard, you know. It's not giving enough space in between for this to come off. So we're going to take my impact with the Phillips and take off the intake manifold. Let's look at the linkages here. Make sure that, since you know it runs, that bottom left hole there, middle hole here, just took a picture so I'll know where the linkage goes. We'll disconnect the primer hose. See, once I pulled it, just pull the hole there. I'll just cut the end off there. There's enough slack for me to just reattach it. Take that off. Took that part off. Just snip this nice and clean. Oh boy, it's really on there. Really on there. That's not good. Gotta hand do it with a screwdriver. Those two screws are really on there, so I'm gonna spray some PB Blaster just to loosen them up a little bit. PB Blaster really works well. Let that soak a little bit, and hopefully we'll be able to get this off. In the meantime, just in case it doesn't, I'm going to get my half-inch impact and try to find an attachment where I can put a screwdriver, Phillips in there, and that'll jar it off fast, hopefully. If I can't get that off and I strip those nuts or screws, I'm going to have to go through the painstaking process of removing this. It's as difficult to do because it's double-ended, so you got to find another small wrench to hold that so it doesn't spin. And I mean, what space do you have to get it in there? You know what I mean? It's really difficult. And you can barely get to that too. You know, everything is in the way, which is why most of the time I just take off the intake manifold. It's the easiest way. Got to ratchet out the thick Phillips drive. I think I got it. Yeah. There we go. Pull it out of the fuel line. Z-bend. I took the carburetor off again. Needle's clean. Doesn't leak. Hole's still clean. I took off that little black stopper that was covering this. See how gummy that looks? I'm going to unscrew that and blow that hole out. Everything else doesn't look too bad. Blew that out. Blew that out. Welsh plug. I'm going to blow carb cleaner into the primer input, primer hose input. Get that screw out. I just blew a lot of stuff in there. I'm just going to let it soak for a little bit. Let's test this gas again. Whoa. pouring out. Holy cow. Pouring out. So we know there's nothing wrong with that gas line, man. It's pouring out. Damn, there's a lot of gas over there. Damn it. I put the carburetor back. Put that nut back in. That's the screw. Blew that out. Put the linkage back on correctly. Now I'm going to put this intake manifold back on. So the intake manifold's back on. Put the primer hose back on. Put the fuel line back on and replace the hose clamp too with a new one. Throttle. As you can see, it's getting fuel. There you go. Let's start it. The linkage is wrong. I'm going to have to figure out the adjustments here. So even after, you know, cleaning the carburetor twice, it's still not running right. I'm thinking the linkage is wrong. I might buy a new carburetor for this. I have 3 new Snowblower carburetors, but they're the kind that the fuel line goes straight out. It's not exactly for this type. I have the 8 to 9 horsepower one. This is a 5 horsepower one, so I need to probably spend some money and get a new carburetor for that. In the meantime, I clean my shit. Wiped it down a little bit. You know what? This looks yucky. Can you believe after all these years this plastic is still on here? Incroyable! I'm going to peel this off carefully. Peeled off the old sticker. Is that like new or what? Insanity, man. What year is that, guys? 03? 94? I'm sure. If you guys know how old it is, let me know from that serial number. See that? Once the choke is placed in the middle, it stalls out. It only runs on 3/4 choke. I mean, it runs well on 3/4 choke. It runs on full choke. Then we put it 3/4, it runs better. It idles well. It idles well on full run, but then once you start to throttle up, see that? Wonder what that is. No real adjustments to it though. See? But because it just wasn't running right, I just couldn't get it to run correctly, you know? No matter how much I adjusted the linkage or the springs or the governor or anything like that, it just it won't run at full throttle on full choke completely off. It runs at 3/4 choke, you know? It idles fine, but when you do full throttle, it just seems like something is clogged. Some kind of jet that's preventing enough fuel to get there. There is a lot of varnish and dirty stuff on the butterfly flap here. And as you guys know, internally there's a lot of holes in there. So what I'm going to try to do is just throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner. Yeah, I know I hate that damn thing, but I'm going to give it a chance, you know. Taking all the bolts and nuts and screws out, I'm going to put it in that bowl and soak it as well. There we go. You know what? I'm going to take this damn thing off. It doesn't go deep if I left it in there. There, now it's completely submerged. You know what? There's a gasket there. I don't want to do that. Not making no noise. I guess I'll come back to it. Just wanted to show you the brand new carburetors I got. These are for 7, 8, 9, 10 horsepower Tecumseh engines. So it's a little bit different the way the fuel input nozzle is configured. It doesn't have a bend that goes in. So if we installed it like this, right? Well, actually, would it not just go through? Ooh. Maybe if this doesn't work, I'll just replace it with this brand new carburetor. $8.90. It's nice, man. $8.90, guys. How do you not buy this, you know? I've had good success rate too, probably 99%. I think out of maybe 80 to 100 carburetors that I've bought over the past few years, maybe 1 or 2 had leaks in it, and they summarily gave me my money back, and I kept it, you know? So, it's win-win. You can't lose. To show you guys my long bumper stickers came from Sticker Mule. Whoa. I am totally loving these die-cut bumper stickers, man. Got 26 of them. Wait, 20 of them. Man, oh man. This sticker's gonna look great on my tractors. Look at that. They're almost a foot long and about 2 or 3 inches high. They're weatherproof. That's what they say. Man, it's my logo exactly. You know? It's great. So I've got this listed on eBay for $5.99, free shipping. If you guys want one, I'm honored if you'd put it on your machines and then send me a picture. You can find them by just going on eBay and searching mowers, blowers, stickers. Actually, you could just do mowers and blowers, you'll find it. So I got the 3x3s and the 11x2s. Shout out to Sticker Mule, stickermule.com. I'm a believer. So I'm back here. It's been one cycle, about half an hour or so. The water hasn't heated up until a half hour, so I might do another cycle of just the, ooh. That looks pretty good, actually. Well, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'm a little impressed about this. I'm going to do another cycle. Okay, so it's been another cycle, another half hour or so. Ooh, looks nice. I'm not usually impressed with the ultrasonic cleaner, but this one actually looks pretty good. So there they are right there. I'm going to go over the holes again with this. And then I'm going to blow it out with my air compressor. That's it. I'm not doing any more. Alright? If this doesn't make it run better, I'm just going to go buy a new carb. Blew all the holes. Put that jet back in. Put this choke bracket back on. Put the manifold back on. That is one clean carburetor. 3 times I've cleaned this. Once with the ultrasonic. So if this doesn't work, I'm definitely going to get another carburetor. Because you don't know what overtime does to the jets and stuff. Maybe they get bigger or whatever. It just doesn't run right, you know. But, you know, Snowblower is not really that old, you know. I mean, it is old, but it doesn't look very old. I don't think it's been used all that much, you know. So I'm going to put all this stuff back and we'll see if it runs better. Okay, just put it all together. Choke, throttle, here we go. Runs on full open. mint. Wow. Okay, I admit it. That ultrasonic cleaner did the job. This thing's running great. Man, oh man, stoke it. That is badass. So, I bought it for 50 bucks. Cleaned that carburetor 3 times, last time being the ultrasonic cleaner, and it worked like a charm. It's running fantastic. I'm going to put everything together again. Clean your shit. Oh, just to give you boys from out of town, not used to snowblowers, this is the difference in size. If you compare the 9 horsepower Tecumseh Snow King, right, to a 5 horsepower Tecumseh Snow King. Or, it's not a Snow King for the 5s. You see? That's the 9 horsepower, 28 inch wide. And this is the Craftsman 522. So 5 horsepower, 22 wide. That's the difference in size. When it is heavy slushy snow, that's when most, even dual stage snow blowers get clogs in the chute. Well, if you notice this chute, right, it's round, probably 5 inches in diameter, something like that, right? Look at the chute for a 5 horsepower. It's square, and it's only like 4 by 3 inches. But this is a metal chute. This is a plastic chute. The metal ones, I don't know, I guess they're slipperier, you know, and shoots out better. But the horsepower for this, it just pushes the snow out really well, you know. Look at the difference in tires, too. The tread. Massive compared to that. That's decent, you know. And then you got the track drive. So this track drive is the same as the one that I just fixed. This is also a 523, I think. The only difference in this is that it's a plastic chute, not the metal one, right? Same motor, but it's got like this thing in the middle there. It's like a frame, has 2 wheels there. Track drives are good because it goes upstairs and curbs and stuff. Easier. But as for traction, I think it actually kind of slips a little in the snow. But either way, I love the track drives as well. See you guys later. So everything's all sorted out. As you guys know, I got this for 50 bucks. Auger and impeller were fine. All we needed was some lubrication in the idler pulley area. Tighten the auger cable, right? Clean the carburetor 3 times, including an ultrasonic clean. Now it runs fantastic, it drives, and it blows. I also clean my shit. Clean, man. So I spent 50 bucks I'm going to put this up for $375. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we might be getting a snowstorm this weekend. Maybe I'll do $400 and talk it down to $350. Let's try to start it up. Pull. Ooh. Maybe it's already too warm. That's right. Wheelies. Fantastic. Man, it's ripped up my yard. Idle. Oh yeah. Man, I like it so much, maybe I'll keep it. No, I'm not gonna keep it. There's so many of them. What am I gonna do with like 12 of them, you know? Anyway, this was fun. It took a long time. I think my video is like almost 45 minutes. I did a lot to it. I mean, it, you know, doesn't seem like a whole lot, but those carb cleans can take a while, you know. And of course, waiting around for that damn ultrasonic cleaner to heat up. But man, this is mint, man. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Thanks for watching, everybody. Follow me on Instagram at MowersBlow.